Okay, now we're going to talk about how to create a good eBay listing. There are items, the exact same item, that will sell for less money or more money based on some key elements. So how can you maximize your profit? Well, first off, you need to create good eBay listings. By creating a good eBay listing, you will make more money. It will take you a couple of extra minutes per listing, but you're going to get a higher return. Let's just talk about the key areas. Obviously, you know there's a title. Well, what are some benefits of the title? Well, keywords. Okay, now using keywords is a big benefit. So we're going to use the example for watches. I sell wristwatches on eBay. Pocket watches, wristwatches. I sell other stuff. We'll talk about that later. But for this video, I sell watches on eBay. I have two accounts. One is for watches, one is for antiques and collectibles. We're going to focus on the watches for an example. So I sell watches on eBay, and in my title, I'll write the description of the watch. But then I will add in, if there's space, some extra keywords, like whatever it happens to be, chronograph, or whatever it happens to be, but you'll know that for your own product. So for a good title, you're going to want keywords. Now, besides keywords, some people, you get 80 characters. Some people will just write, nice men's watch. That's it. Well, you could add a lot of stuff in there. You could put 44 millimeter. That would be a keyword for people looking for a certain size watch. You could put chronograph or tachometer or a whole bunch of other keywords. New band, new battery, whatever. And those keywords are going to help you in the search engines. So your title, you're going to want to use keywords. I would always fill my title. I always try to use all 80 characters or as many as I can. So use all 80 characters. Okay, use all 80 characters. Now here's another benefit. This took me years to learn. I've been selling on eBay for 10 years. I always thought that if you did all caps in your title, that it would set you apart kind of, because your title was in all caps when other people were using, regular writing. Well, I learned about a year ago. It took me this long to learn it. This is a benefit you'll learn right off the beginning. By doing items in all caps, some of the search engines, for example Google, will not put an item with all caps into their products. So like Google Shopping, all that stuff, it won't come up. So you'll get no help on the search engines. No help on search with all caps. Caps. So you want to write regular titles. It seems like, it wouldn't be a big deal, but it literally is a big deal. eBay or Google and other places won't recognize your items, so you'll get less attraction. Another thing that people do is in your description. They will write a very vague description. They'll just put, nice men's watch, good condition. Well, that doesn't tell anybody anything. You want to be descriptive. You want to tell people sizes. Like this has a blah, 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 whatever. And you want to give them a description. If you're selling an iPhone, you wouldn't just say iPhone 4. You'd say iPhone 4, 16 gig. Or, whatever your product is. For me, it would be watches. I would tell them the case size. I would tell them the length of the band. All that stuff. So you want to be descriptive. You want to be, you want to give the sizes of stuff. You want to give people all the info that you would want. All info you would want, all the info needed to make a buying decision. I see so many people that give a crappy description and their description doesn't have enough info to give people a buying decision. They're not always, convinced. So you want to tell people, you want to give them everything. You want to tell them, good condition. You want to be informative. You have to give a good description. You don't just want to pump out a one-liner. You want to do pretty good. And with the people using their mobiles these days, like mobile phone and tablets and all that stuff, you don't want to use big, huge font. You don't want to use all caps. It makes it hard to read. You don't want to use a bunch of weird colors and stuff. Just be, basic like a professional website would be, and have non-all caps. You want to write like this. You don't want to do all caps. It's not good, and I do it sometimes just because I do it, and it's not it's not a benefit. I'll give you that right now. Now another thing is pictures. People do pictures and they'll put 1 or 2 pictures. Well, eBay allows up to 12 pictures. 12 pictures per item. Well, a little thing that people don't know is that when you have more pictures, you get a higher search rating. You get a higher search rating. eBay portrays your item as a better chance to sell. There's a better chance that somebody is going to buy it. So eBay will hire you in the search ratings, so you have a better chance of selling. So it's a good idea to use more pictures. Not only that, but a lot of people will just take a picture of the item, just the front or just one side, and then they think that's good enough. Imagine the fact that when you're buying something online, you can't physically see it. When you go to the store, you can pick an item up, turn it around, and look at it. So you want to take a lot of pictures. I always take a lot of pictures, a minimum of 6, but I usually honestly shoot for like 10. Now it depends on if I'm selling collectibles or watches as opposed to how many pictures, but when I'm selling collectibles or antiques or used items, I'll try to take 10 or 12 pictures every time. If I'm selling brand new items, like drop shipped items or something like that, well then I don't always use 12 pictures. I use however many stock pictures come from the place I'm selling it for, basically. So you want to take pictures, you want to take good pictures, you need high quality. You need to have high quality pictures. A lot of people take fuzzy pictures, hazy pictures, pictures that don't really show. If you want, you want to use a light, you want to take good pictures. If you're trying to make a living doing this, you're going to have to invest in a fair camera or a good smartphone. I use my smartphone for all my pictures, actually. I have a Samsung Galaxy S4, and I use that for my pictures. It works just fine. So you want to take high quality pictures. This is an important thing. You want to take good pictures and high quality pictures. You want people to be able to see the item that they're buying. That makes a lot of difference. People, time and time again, I buy items on eBay, and I'll explain that later. I'll buy items on eBay from people that fail in a lot of these categories, and they don't get the top dollar. And then I'll buy them back up, and I'll resell them right on eBay. I'll do that, and we're going to talk about that later on today. So these are some of the good things about the pictures. You want to take as many as you can. I would say, 6 to 12 per item, but it depends on what you're selling. Because the more pictures you have, you're going to get this higher search rating, so you're going to have a better chance of selling your item. You want high quality pictures. You want people to be able to come and look at your items, and you want them to be able to make a buying decision by the stuff that you have. Okay? Now we're going to go up into the fact about shipping. Okay, a lot of people do not ship very well. You want to make sure that you package your stuff well. You can't just throw it in a box, and ship it off. Stuff gets broken. When I first started, I was selling glass type items. I don't do that anymore because it gets broken a lot. But I was selling glass type items, and I wasn't packaging them up very good. You need to package stuff well. You need good packaging. Good packaging. Okay, because nothing sucks worse than having to refund somebody because the item broke and you're stuck with the shipping. So good packaging is a good habit, because you don't want to break items and then have to refund somebody and get stuck with the cost of the shipping. That sucks. Another thing about shipping is you want to buy your product, your stock in bulk. You know, for example, I sell watches. A lot of my items go off in envelopes. So I buy a bulk envelope, get a lower price. You know, you can get shipping labels on eBay. For example, here's a used shipping label that I've already been used. The top half was a label. It printed off, and it will just go right onto a item. It'll go right onto the box or the bag. This side will go right onto the package. This side is my receipt with the person's address and other information. And then you can throw that side away or keep it. So shipping is good. If you buy labels, they're a couple cents a piece, but it speeds up the time. So shipping is all about the time speed and, you know, not sinking a lot of time into shipping. So I like to ship stuff in good packaging. I like to also give it to my mailman. The mailman comes to your house every day. Now if you live in an apartment, it makes it a little more tricky. But the mailman comes to your house. So have your shipping ready and use the mailman. Utilize the mail system. Utilize the mail system. Okay, the mailman comes to your house. You get your shipping done. Build a relationship with your mailman. Start giving him your mail. He'll take it every day. You will not have to invest time into driving to the post office shipping stuff. And by printing your labels online through eBay, you're going to save money actually. So that's another big benefit. You're going to save some money. When you go to the post office, it's expensive. The post office costs more money. Post office is expensive. Print, eBay, shipping. And there are some benefits to this. Not only do you get a discount, but it'll automatically upload the tracking information to your customer and let them know that their item is on its way. It's cheaper than the post office. You know, you save the time. Just give it to your to your mail person every day. That's what I do. My mail person comes right to my house. They pick up my mail every day. I probably ship 15 to 25 items per day, 6 days a week. I ship over 100 items a week, basically. And I do it part-time, but I get a full-time income. I love that. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the return policy. You need a good return policy. If you don't offer a return policy, you don't always get the sales. Now, some items you don't want to return. There are items that you don't return, but for me, for watches, I offer a return policy. So you want to offer a return. Okay, you want people to feel like if they're not happy, they're going to get their money back. So you want to offer a return policy. Along with offering a return policy, you have to honor it. If people want to ship stuff